They say a man dies twice. Once when his heart stops beating, and again when he's forgotten. But for many men over 60, the first warning sign of poor health isn't a heart issue or memory loss. It begins in a place most won't talk about. That occasional tightness or cramp you feel below the waist. It's not in your imagination. It's your blood vessels crying out for help. And if you ignore them, they can quietly diminish your manhood. I'm Dr. Mojit Kara, with over 3 decades of experience in men's health, and I want to share a powerful discovery that's helped thousands, without any pills or treatments. It's sitting right in your refrigerator. Yes, real food, backed by science, can restore blood flow, strengthen erections, and ease painful constriction. Most men think it's just age, but that's not the full story. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 proven foods that can bring back that feeling of strength and control. One of them works fast, so fast you might feel a difference in just a few days. But first, if you're over 60 and want natural ways to boost your health, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss these tailored tips. Now let's start with one of the most powerful foods for male circulation, beets. This simple root vegetable can naturally raise your nitric oxide levels, a key molecule that supports blood flow and firmer, longer-lasting erections. When I first started seeing results in older patients, more stamina, better erections, less cramping, I was stunned. But it all made sense. Beets contain natural nitrates that the body converts into nitric oxide. This relaxes blood vessels, especially those in the penis, allowing blood to flow more freely. After 60, nitric oxide drops fast. That's when men start feeling sluggish or notice painful pressure down there. Beets help reverse that by acting like a natural pump, opening up blood flow and restoring what age tries to take away. Whether it's a glass of beet juice in the morning or roasted beets at dinner, the results are real and powerful. You might think a salad is a good start, and it is, but real change comes from supporting your body's natural function. That's just biology, not magic. Surprisingly, there's one fruit that most men ignore, even though it contains a compound that works like prescription erectile meds, without the side effect. That fruit is watermelon. It's more than just a summer treat. The white part under the red flesh, the part most people throw away, is packed with citrulline, a natural compound that opens up blood vessels. After 60, blood vessels tend to narrow and stiffen, making arousal feel forced, even painful. Citrulline helps relax those vessels and improve blood flow, especially to the penis. I remember a man in his late 60s who started blending the red and white parts of watermelon into smoothies each morning. Within 2 weeks, he had stronger morning erections and no longer felt that uncomfortable tightness. No drugs, no procedures, just one simple fruit. Unlike medications that force your body to respond, watermelon works gently and naturally. If you want to feel confident again, watermelon could be the most powerful food in your kitchen. But there's another food most men overlook: pumpkin seeds. They might look small, but they're rich in minerals your body needs to stay firm and healthy. These seeds are packed with magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels and reduces the painful spasms many men feel during arousal. Zinc is critical for keeping testosterone levels stable, especially as we age. And arginine helps your body produce nitric oxide, which is the key to getting blood where it needs to go. One of my patients, a retired Air Force veteran in his 70s, told me he was constantly frustrated by a strange tightness in his groin. The solution? A few spoonfuls of pumpkin seeds a day. Simple, natural, powerful. One of my older patients came to me, not because he lacked desire, but because he felt constant pressure in his groin. Not pain, but enough to ruin intimacy. I told him to start eating just 1 spoonful of pumpkin seeds each day. In just 3 weeks, everything changed. The tension was gone. Morning erections returned. And most importantly, he said he felt like himself again. Adding pumpkin seeds to your day is easy. Eat them as a snack, toss them in a smoothie or sprinkle them over your breakfast. You might not see results overnight, but you're setting the stage for better, more consistent blood flow. Now here's the exciting part: when you combine certain foods, you don't just support your body, you supercharge it. That's why I call beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds the circulation trifecta. Beets increase nitric oxide. Watermelon's white rind, full of citrulline, calms the arteries and stops those spasms that reduce firmness. Pumpkin seeds add zinc, magnesium, and arginine to boost testosterone and blood flow. These three work together, like gears in a machine. One boosts the next, reinforcing your system naturally. I've seen countless men in their 60s and 70s turn things around, not with medication, but with food. The secret is not in pills, but in consistency. That's the best part: no prescriptions, no side effects. Just commitment to a better diet. Now, if you're wondering how to take them, when, how much, or if you should mix them, I'll explain that in the next section. For now, remember this: the biggest mistake men make after 60 is chasing quick fixes. I've worked with aging men for years, and I see it all the time. When the body changes, we reach for fast solutions, pills like Viagra or Cialis. They might give you an erection, but they don't fix the real issue. Hardened vessels, low nitric oxide, and that deep groin pressure, none of those are solved by pills. In fact, all they do is force blood through a system that's already struggling. And let's not forget the side effects: headaches, nausea, and more. So instead of masking the symptoms, let's rebuild the system, naturally. I've had older men come into my office, their eyes filled with sadness, telling me their medications are no longer working. They feel lost, disconnected, unsure of what comes next. And I always tell them this: your body is not broken. Your system is healthy, it's just undernourished. It's waiting for your help. You don't need tricks or fast fixes. What your body needs is real, nourishing food. The men who truly bounce back don't rely on shortcuts. They commit to the basics: food, movement, hydration, and consistency. That's why I built a simple 7-day plan. No complicated meals, no fancy strategies, just small daily steps. Start each day with a glass of beetroot juice on an empty stomach. This jumpstarts circulation and kicks nitric oxide production into gear. Around mid-morning, make a watermelon smoothie with both the juicy red and the white rind. The rind contains citrulline, which helps open your smallest blood vessels, those that support sensitivity and performance. Then, grab a handful of raw pumpkin seeds in the afternoon. Keep them nearby, in your bag, on the kitchen counter. These seeds deliver powerful nutrients: zinc, magnesium, and arginine. Together, they help support testosterone, relax blood vessels, and make everything work smoother. Combine this with gentle exercise, lots of water, and a morning reminder to yourself: this is your time to reclaim. You're not just surviving. You're growing stronger. You're reconnecting with yourself. This isn't about perfection. It's about rhythm, showing up daily with purpose. That's what creates change. And here's the most important part: if you're in your 60s, 70s, or even older, you are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not past your prime. I've seen transformations that would amaze you. Men who believed it was all over start living again. All because they decided to stop accepting decline as normal. They chose to rebuild from within. And so can you. This journey is physical, yes, but it's also deeply emotional. It's about reclaiming your confidence, your strength, and your life. And it starts now. There comes a time when the world tells you to let go of certain dreams, to accept a slow fading of yourself, of your desires, of your connection. But I want you to hear this clearly: you are still here. And this part of your life? It still matters. We've talked about food, blood flow, and rebuilding energy, but beneath it all, we're really talking about reclaiming yourself. For many men, losing sexual energy feels like a quiet kind of grief. It's not always spoken about, but it's deeply felt. You might begin to feel like you're disappearing, not just to your partner but to yourself. That's not weakness. That's the moment to rise. Not from fear, but from respect. You are still the man you've always been. Your body still has the power to heal. Even now. Maybe this is just your current chapter. Not the end. Not a definition. But a pause. A space to decide. To nourish. To rebuild. To choose life again. And that's where this all begins. Not with medicine, not with miracles, but with a decision. To feed your body what it needs. To move with intent. To believe that pleasure, strength, and connection are not gone. They're waiting. And just before we close, I want to say this. This journey is not just about blood flow or chemistry. It's about what it means to be a man at this stage in life. If you think this is only about food, you're missing the bigger truth. This is about restoring your identity. So thank you for staying with me. For showing yourself that you still care. That's powerful. You've now seen how beets can restore blood flow, how watermelon rind soothes tension, and how pumpkin seeds quietly deliver strength. Together, these foods do more than help you perform. They help you remember who you are. I've seen it again and again. The quiet smile after weeks of doubt, the return of strength, the peaceful confidence in a man's voice. It's real. It can happen to you. This isn't about reliving the past. It's about walking into your future with purpose, tools, and belief. There's no age limit on joy or intimacy. Today can be your beginning. Try the strategy. Tune into your body. Let yourself feel joy again. Not just for tonight, but for the days ahead. Because you still have time. You still have strength. You still have power. Go back and claim it.